We are Rick and Malinda Dietrich. We started the Renovators of SC. We're a custom home builder and remodeler out of Hilton Head, South Carolina. We used to go to church with Scott and Ashley Beebe, and he spent 5 years trying to recruit me in the business on purpose, and I was too stubborn to move forward, and basically that's how we initially got involved.
And then about a year ago, a little over a year ago, we went to the National Home Builders Association in Orlando. And when we got there, we found out that Scott was holding a seminar, and we said, let's go check this out. And halfway through it, we looked at each other and said, we need to do this.
Starting a business was very, very hard to do. A lot of time. It took a lot of effort. Getting all the teams gelled together and everything, and getting systems in place was a little tough up front. And basically, once we found BOP, we were able to get that all organized into everybody's on the same direction and basically for the same goal.
Personally, I've grown to love the 12-week plan. Some people hate it, I'm sure, but I know where I'm going and I know how I'm going to get there.
Since being with BOP, and it's been almost a year, we have doubled in size, and the team that we have is all gelled for the same focus. They know exactly where we're going, what we're there for, and there's no question. Where before, I think they just wonder, well, what are we thinking? What are we? And that took care of all of it, and it gelled them all in one direction. We now have 4 extended weekends in our schedule every year. We also have 2 one-week vacations every year. It allows us to spend the time together that we only could dream of before because we were working all the time.
I now help my husband back from working on Saturdays. You know, when we moved here, the whole purpose of moving here was to enjoy the area, and now we're finally free to be able to do that. You know, I'd never had business coaching before. Rick had, and so the whole thing was unfamiliar, but I had a perception, I think, that our coach would come in and just tell us what was wrong with the business, and then this is how you need to fix it.
There is a sense of pride as a business owner to make sure everything goes successful and everything is handled the way you envision it to handle, but we've also seen since BOP that that's not the case. It's the business owner, such as myself, it's what we think it has to be, but when you get right down to it, delegating and putting it out into employees and empowering them to do that, it's created a lot better results than I can do myself.
Patrice is awesome. We both look forward to our meetings with her bi-weekly. She is caring, she's attentive. We were talking about her yesterday and about her style, and Rick said it perfectly. He said, you know, Patrice is like, well, she's like a mother who is pushing and guiding her children, but she's doing it in love. There's a scripture that says, in a multitude of counsel, there's wisdom. So she gives us freedom to bounce ideas off her. Sometimes when you're in a business every day, all day, you tend to have tunnel vision, but we have someone else that we can bounce things off of, and she helps us walk through things, just like a counselor would at times.
I'd start by saying by BOP is going to increase your business, and it's going to, because you're getting more organized than you are now. And the cost of it at first, you might think is not a good return, but it will be. It'll take care of itself. It pays for itself, no doubt. As I said earlier, we've doubled in size in the last 12 months. That would have never happened without some BOP direction.
And when we talked about it, actually this morning, Rick said, I would encourage people to not wait like I did. You know, not wait like we did 5 years, because look where we would be now if we had done that 5 years ago.